working on the computer, kind of bored, because I was doing a little bit of work, and most of the time I had not much else to do. And my friends had all gone into full-time jobs. They were making $50,000 a year as accountants, as lawyers, whatever industry they were going into. And frankly, I thought I was doing something wrong. I thought I was potentially lazy. And then I discovered this 80-20 rule, which is almost like justification for being lazy. Now, just for those who don't know what it is, it essentially means there's a small number of outcomes that, a small number of activities you do, or in general, that cause a lot of outcomes. In which case it might be said 20% of the inputs are responsible for 80% of the output. And it's also called the Pareto principle. It's he's an economist who came up with this. And he did a massive study, everything from productivity in a company to distribution of wealth on our planet, how there's a small number of people who have most of the money. There's a small number of people in an organization that are responsible for the output. There's a small number of people who are most responsible for the pollution on this planet. All those sort of things. There's an 80-20 skew. And it was incredible how often that would be the case when they studied this. And it really applies to what we do as well as entrepreneurs. There's only a small amount of things that we should be good at and we should focus on and become professionals at, experts at. So in my case, I decided that writing was going to be my thing. And I found that out through blogging, that writing was what I was good at, sharing information and teaching people. So as soon as I realized that was my thing, I tried to minimize all the other tasks that I did and have other people do them, or find business models that could really leverage my writing, because that's where I could get the most value from it. So my courses, my blog, my email newsletter, all these things are off the back of my writing, and continue to deliver value to people even when I'm not necessarily writing new content. So you need to figure out in your business what it is that's your strength, and really try and construct the business around you to give you the freedom from which to focus on whatever your 80-20 skill set are. One of the most common questions I'm asked when I teach blogging is, how do you find what's a profitable niche? And more importantly, I'm really passionate about tennis, and I want to be able to make money from it. So how can I make what I know about and what I'm passionate about a profitable business? Unfortunately, there's no golden rule here, but what I found in my own experience is what you want to do is find the congruency between a problem that a lot of people have, so something really urgent, something maybe they're suffering from it, or maybe they're irrationally passionate about it, and there's enough people online looking for information or looking for help in the world about this issue that you can then sort of take what you know and turn it into that solution. And this is not as tricky as it sounds. Most of the time you can actually take what you already know and basically reframe it, change the way you offer it to the world to apply to the problem that people have. So although I write about all kinds of subjects and I do all kinds of different things on the internet, most people know me as the guy who teaches people how to make money from blogs. Personally, I don't like the label because it's so linear and it's, I don't feel that's me, but in terms of presentation to the marketplace, that is the message I need to give to people, because that's their most pressing problem. They want to learn how to make money. And I'm sure most of you here, if you're taking notes right now, are interested in how to make money online. That's why you're here. So you need to find a way to make the alignment there between what you're good at and what people want. That's really important. Just a couple more. Okay. I'm often asked, if I was to go back and do it again, what are the highest leverage points in what I did? So what gave me the greatest outcome? So what, in my business, are the 80-20 aspects? I've got 4 very simple points that you need to consider if you're going online. Number 1 is your email list. I added an email list to my blog, and it literally, eventually, tripled the value of my business. So if I didn't have an email newsletter along with a blog, I'd have a business worth about 1/3 the value. And that's simply because email is still something that I suspect all of you have checked today. That's something that everyone does still every day, where you don't necessarily read blogs every day, but you're probably looking for an email from a partner or a family member or whatever. Maybe you love spam, I don't know. But there's something that is going to interest you in your email. So have an email list. Number 2, give away tremendous free value. My business has been built on this. There's a concept called moving the free line. This essentially means that what you used to sell to people, you now give away for free instead. And that's what my business has been based on. I write content not necessarily asking for anything other than attention to begin with. And people don't have to buy my products. Most people haven't. Maybe 1%, probably even less than that of my entire audience will ever give me money in any kind of way. They just benefit from my writing, I've written some free reports. That helps with the traffic. You write an amazing free report, it will go viral. Who here has read my Blog Profits Blueprint report? Okay, so there's a few people here. So that's a good example. It's gone all around the world, been downloaded by thousands of people. I give it away for basically for free. You have to join my newsletter to get it. But it's given me exposure to amazing people, very successful people, and lots of people who benefit from the writing. So being prepared to give away what you do, often your best ideas, is really the secret to succeeding online. And that's in any business nowadays. You have to provide value. It doesn't matter what you do, if it's software as a service, if it's information publishing, if it's physical products, you're still basing your business on the value you give to people for free up front. And that's how you can get the traffic. Number 3, affiliates. Okay, so affiliate marketing has been massive for me. By that I mean I have an army of people who actually promote my products for me. So if any of you are running an online business and you haven't added an affiliate program, strongly recommend you find a way to do so. It's just helped spread my brand, my business, my information to so many more people, because we have to face facts that people are often motivated by money. So the incentive of a commission is a very good, powerful tool to help the distribution of your information. And just lastly, this is a little bit complicated, I can't really cover it in this talk, but doing an online launch is something that I've benefited from tremendously, which in a nutshell is like what they do for cinema when they release a new film. You'll find billboards everywhere, you'll get interviews with actors, you'll have maybe some stunts. Richard Branson's great at this sort of thing. Just a lot of hypey, exciting information about one subject in a compacted period of time to build the intensity, to build the excitement around something. And you can do that online with your information. And I've done that about 8 or 9 times now, and it's always resulted in the most success business-wise, as well as getting my word out to many people. And if you want more information about that, I just recommend you read some of the content on my blog. So, I don't know, how am I going for time? I keep going? All right. I'll end this on what I think personally are the keys to a 2-hour work day or a 4-hour work week, whatever you want to call it, since I know a lot of people are excited by that idea. In my case, I think the most important things are leverage. So you need to find a way to create something that might take a bit of work initially, but eventually the momentum behind it, whether it's because you're selling information that people can consume over and over again regardless of whether you're there or not. Maybe it's employees. Employees give you tremendous leverage. Maybe it's just the business model you're using, like an eBay or something like that, where you've got the relationship where your customers create the value. You need some kind of leverage. If it's you providing a service or doing the grunt work, then you really don't have the leverage, you don't have the scale, you don't have the ability to walk away from it. So if you're a consultant right now, or any kind of service deliverer, that's fine, it helps you get cash flow, but just be thinking about how you can turn that to something that's got more leverage. That's a really important aspect. I've found 2 other aspects that have really helped for me. Education, that's, I guess, a no-brainer. I've studied under some of the best internet marketers out there. I recommend anything by Jeff Walker, Frank Kern, Mike Filsaime, Rich Sheffrin. There's a lot of well-known internet marketers. Here in Australia, we have Ed Dale, Andrew and Daryl Grant. There's a lot of people who are very good at internet marketing, and they give away a lot of information for free. So there's nothing really stopping you from not really spending any money. Just spend your time, get yourself educated, and this information is available. It really is amazing. The other thing is have a focus. Pick what you're good at and go after that. Really go after it. Like, if I didn't like writing, I would still be writing 5 years into blogging. It really is because I like it first and foremost, because I'm passionate about it, because I get not only financial rewards, I get intrinsic rewards, I get to speak in front of people like you, I get interviews all the time, and it's just emotionally satisfying as well, being a writer, so, or a blogger, whatever you want to call it. So I recommend you find whatever your thing is and just go hard at it and find a way to make money from it. And that's pretty much the story. So I'll hand it over to questions if that's all right with you, Mr. Mike.
Do you put different things on your blog for your blog that you do every couple of days? Do you put different things on your newsletter?
Okay, the question is, do I put different things on my blog and my newsletter? Or when you say different things, you mean content? Like, do I write?
Yeah, or do you just put your do your blog for the day, and do you put the same content on your newsletter?
In my newsletter. Okay, so do I duplicate my content across the blog and the newsletter? Yes and no. I will definitely send an email out to direct people to my best blog content, but not